a technique to handle the situation. This is skill, ability to perform or to manage anything with very strategic way, and it is acquired. So my topic is the communication skill. Now I am going to show a picture. This is mango, king of fruit. We say it is king of fruit. And next one, it is king of forest, lion. Why? Because fruits are many fruits, but why we call mango king of fruit? Why lion is king of animals? So similarly, we have 7 teaching skills. In all these skills, communication skill is the king of skills. You have very good knowledge, it's okay. You have a very good personality, it's okay. But if your communication skill is not appropriate, if you have a lack in this skill, then your entire capacity and potential, whatever you have, it's useless. It's not effective. For teaching purpose, it's also very important. So, communication skill is the king of all the skills. Rest all your skill is only 50%. Rest only communication skill which help you to become a good teacher. Right? So, this is importance of this skill, so that without this communication skill, nothing is proper. Now,
may I come in, sir?
please, sir. So, communication skill, as you know, study. It is between student and teachers. Not only student, not only teacher. It's between two. So that the most important thing is that, which is not given here, but in my opinion, the most important thing is that the listener and the speaker having understanding, having readiness. First, if the student is ready to listen you, then you will be effective communicator. Second thing, if you have enough material to communicate, enough idea, enough way to communicate your topic or your opinion, then you will become a good communicator. Without having good communication, your teaching learning process is incomplete. And for this, it is important to be ready. Okay, communication is the transmission of idea or feeling so that the sender and the receiver share the same understanding. Means that what I am going to deliver, they should exact grasp it. So for this, it is two things required. First, that giver means the teacher should come up to the level of the student, and the other condition is the student should uplift their standard. Then only communication skill is possible. Communication, then it is said to be a good communication. So, as we are teacher, just please, as we are teacher, we are every day communicating with student, with parents. So, I want your opinion, those who want to share, in your opinion, what is communication? Please, anyone, what is communication in your opinion? What do you understand by this word communication? Anyone, please? What is communication? Because it's our day-to-day practice. Without this, we are not able to teach. Right now?
Communication communication is a process by which one person can be pursued very easily to another
Okay.
by different sources with the help of different sources.
Yes, ma'am.
Sharing of ideas.
Sharing of ideas. Very good. Thank you. Anyone else?
Communication is a two-way process where there is a sender, receiver, and a medium through which our ideas are communicated to the person.
Okay. Here, I just want to say, this is the, according to you, it's not two, it's three. It's triangular. Means sender, receiver, and the medium. Right now, in the lack of any miscommunication, how does miscommunication happen? Because of this gap of medium. Right now. So, this is important. Any other, please, if you want to share about the communication? According to what is communication?
कम्युनिकेट दैट्स मींस सर हिंदी में उसको बोले तो जुड़ना उसके भावों से या फिर विचारों से ना यस
Exchanging.
Satisfaction between speaker and receiver.
कहे आप मान लेंगे गलत होगा
Or
So, this is the sender, the teacher, and this is student, the receiver, and in this medium, right now, between this, if this component is disturbing, then it is very impossible to communicate. So, it is very important to first create an environment and things that communicate that should be medium. Suppose if I am going to show my any things on this projector and if it is not working properly, then my communication will incomplete and inefficient. Right? So this is that. And communication is complete only when after receiving the feedback. Right now, the completion of this process, the skill, starting from here, sender will speak something, deliver something, and receiver, which is if it is ready to receive. While very important point is readiness. This is the psychological word where without readiness, everything is went off. So first, the sender is sending some message and receiver is appropriately taking this and then feedback, then this process will complete. Without this feedback, it is incomplete. For this effective communication, the most important thing is that the language. You know, it is not only just to speak out. Sometimes it's your body language. Right? Sometimes it's sign language only. When any student and personality, most important personality. Suppose students are shouting in class, having in the fun mood, and suddenly a teacher comes. Nothing to speak, just stand up. Every student will quiet. What does it mean? It means that because of the personality of the teacher, it's communicated that now we have to come in serious mode and now we have to start studying. Right? This is the communication. It is non-verbal, right? Where we do not use any single word. First, what we do regularly, I have seen many teachers in our school used to do this. When they enter in the school classroom, they first ask the student, when they are shouting, ask the student to stand up and join your hand for 2 minutes and just be cool. What does it? It is just to prepare themselves, make them ready for their communication process. Then only it will effective communication, effective teaching for them. Right now, by this process, student get concentrate, can relax their roaming brains, and then it will come together. So it is important that the communication is skill. Okay. So here, according to this point, effective communication helps to understand a person or situation in better way. Right now, as a teacher, I feel very convenient when I used to communicate to my students. I feel very comfortable. But in my personal life, I am always lacking of this. I do remember when me and my brothers were doing study in Patna. Whatever I had to communicate him, whatever I used to speak to him, he always denied. So that I take another medium. My best friend, he was playing the role of mediator. So what I used to convince my brother, first I have to say my friend, and that my friend used to convince exactly what I said to my friend, exactly he delivered and he ready, and he did same thing for the selection of the job, for his all things. So this is the very important thing, that whatever I am saying, first the person or the student is ready to listen me or not. One more thing I have seen when I was in first time when I was in B.Ed college, I was just standing. The same age of my colleague, he was little bit bulky and his tummy is little bit like that. So, and I was very slim at that time. Some students are more aged than me. So they always under what I said, what I can say. They never pay serious attention to me. Okay, they always underestimate my knowledge, my everything. I was very good in my college time, but at that time they always underestimated me. And my that friend, he was also my friend, but just because of his look, everyone pay attention. He used to stand like this, and he looked very serious. I am looking always very funny. I am very smiley, and he always look very serious. So everyone feel that he is really very good one, and everyone feel that I am just so at the end I convinced them that I am also not bad, but I faced that problem because of my personality. So Anand sir also having personality problem. When suppose he is just like student like, if he come with that class 10, then it definitely he will face some problem. So first, this is the body language. By this we communicate without any word. This is very important. Sometimes our message is misunderstood or misunderstand the received message. Effective communication helps to resolve the problem from the both points of view. It is in day-to-day life, but we teachers always take precaution on this. Whatever we want to deliver, first we prepare it in lesson plan, so that it is important that we everything work according to the plan wise. Effective communication helps us to connect well with the colleagues, teachers and parents, etc. It is very important for our professional life, right? Thank you, Father. It is also very important that what we are talking, it should be appropriately accepted by the receiver, right? When whatever the instructions given by the management, given by the higher authority, it should be exactly understood by the teachers, by us, and in one prayer we have in diary, the prayer name is the channels of the peace. There is a, okay, in this there is a beautiful line, it is written that the need to understand and be understood. This is our human requirement. If my feelings are not going to be understood, then it is problematic. So it is here importance of this communication skill. Just lack of this, it is problematic. So communication skill will help us to understand, to be understood. Otherwise, it is problem. Here, what makes the communication ineffective? Language difference, right? Whatever we want to communicate, we are communicate by language. Language is the means to communicate, right? So language is very important. We feel that when we used to speak the word, the vocabulary what we have, this is the important character of the teacher. They should use the vocabulary of up to the student, right? So it is most important thing, the language. If they are not able to, that's why in education policy, the 3 language system are prescribed, right? So this is the language difference. It should not be there. If language difference between the communicator and the receiver, then the communication will fail. Means the information overall, what we are going to inform you, if it is not information is appropriate, not clear, then communication will affect. Time pressure. Everything is depend upon time, right? So if suppose now we are here, many of we are not ready to listen, so definitely my communication will not affect, right now. So it also depend upon time. When we have to do anything, it's depend upon this. Direction and noise, disturbance and the noise. Disturbance and noise, this is a physical problem which is very important role in communication. If I am talking here, communicating myself, and suddenly tractors are coming, then my communication will disturb. Poor reaction from your side. Suppose if I am going to deliver and if you are not, look, example. So if I am going to deliver and if you are not paying attention to me, it feels that my communication is a little bit lag, and this lose the confidence of the receiver, sender, right, speaker, right? Inactive interaction, it is very important. Teaching process is bilateral, right? It is between the student and teacher, learning and teaching. If interaction is not there, if simply whatever I am going to speak, they are listening from this side and going away from that side, then communication will disturb. Okay, so these are the different characteristics which components which affect the effective communication. Common barriers to the effective communication are the emotional barrier and the taboos. Emotional barrier means if the speaker is not, yes sir?
I want to know about interaction in class. We think there should be complete silence in the class, pin drop silence in the class. So how can there will be interaction between a student and a teacher?
Okay, very good question, sir. Pin drop silence is not ideal class. It's monotonous. If in your class, if due to your personality, if complete silence, if students are not asking you, if students are not responding you, then it's completely failure of the teacher. So pin drop silence, sometimes suppose if I am going to deliver some important thing, at that time it's okay, pin drop silence is there, discipline is there, but interaction with the student is not matter of indiscipline. Right now, if like this, if you are interacting, it's give me some new point to explain. So it is good for the teachers, good for the speaker. So pin drop silence in any subject, pin drop silence is not appropriate. So okay. So emotional barrier is that suppose once again I am going to repeat the readiness. Whatever in some topic Sir Ashok said about the happy teachers, right now. So happy
teacher created
Happy class.
okay, means the happiness, right now. So it is happiness, sadness and all these things comes from the emotional side, right? If I am not happy, then it is very difficult to readiness. It means that I am not ready to deliver what I have. If student is not happy, means emotionally disturbed, then they are not able to grasp what I am going to deliver. Whatever my quality, it is another thing. We have also experienced that when we are taking attendance, student is sitting behind, you are enough audible. Their ear is also perfect, but they do not listen to your voice. What does it mean? Neither my, what I said, tutlana, I am audible, enough audible, but they are not, because they are not attentive. Right? By any disturbance, lack of the attention. Same thing is here, lack of attention, interest, distraction and irrelevance to the receiver. Right? Now? So, physical disabilities such as the hearing problem or speech difficulties. Clear? So, all these problems I just explained it.
Sir, one question.
Yes, please.
On what factor happiness of teacher depend on? How it can be overcome?
Skill. Right now, we have lots of problems, but it's our potential, our quality that we just we do not pay attention to them and we perform our duties. Right now, this is our professionalism. History student, if anyone is there, one very good example I have in my mind. Balban, he was very strong and disciplined king. Balban. He was sitting in his court and he received a news that his loving son died on the frontier. He nothing given any kind of response, nothing reaction. He simply fulfilled his all duties and whatever he was performing. He not a single tears and not a single disturbance in his voice and the matter. He performed his duty at that day, and then he went when his palace. Then he shouted very loudly. He was crying for his son, but at that time he did not affected by his emotional problem. This is our maturity level that we have to overcome from our emotion. Right now, this is our moral responsibility that we should overcome from our any problem. Right? This is our moral responsibility. By this resilience, what we show in front of the student will learn from us. Right now? So that's why we are exemplary. So we cannot cry. Lots of pain in us, but we cannot cry. This is we teachers. And this is the thing.
One incident I would like to share. Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes.
You have listened the story of
It's Virat Kohli.
when his father
Virat
died.
Kohli.
He has taken a flight for the World Cup match, and his father's dead body is at home.
Virat Kohli. Same incident about Virat Kohli also. So we have to overcome. We cannot give excuse that we have this type of problem, we have this type of problem. Right now. So zindagi imtihan leti hai. And we have to pass because we have no choice. Right now. Because on this level we have to show our confidence. Whatever the pain inside, we have to overcome. So this is the 7 C's. 7 C's are here. These are the important aspects for the effective communication skill. The first thing is that clarity. Clarity is that what I am going to say, what I am going to deliver, first I have to clear. Right now? And it is only due to the lesson plan. When we prepare lesson plan, our concept is clear, then our mindset is clear, then we are successfully deliver our points to the student, and that systematic information if we give, then clear cut information received by the student. Next, the completeness. Right now, completeness means every incomplete message is create confusion and it is a lack of communication skill. So whatever we want to say, we want to deliver, it should be very clear cut and complete. Right? It should not be vague. Consciousness. Consciousness means the wordiness, means what you want to convey least possible. Means as our vice principal always used to speak, lethargic. We should not be lethargic, right? Now? We should what very compact, use less word, must be effective. If we use lethargically, if we explain anything, then it will lack of miscommunication. So we should be very comprehensive. Consideration. In order to the communication, sender should think and look from the receiver angle. Right? I already said that. Language, vocabulary, mood of the student. Right? If the students are not, what I am going to do, it's not for me, for the student. What I am going to speak, it's not for me, it's for you audience. If you are not ready to accept, if you are not able to getting my points, then it is useless. So first I have to think about you. Right? First I have to make ready for my, for me, for like this. So this is the another thing. Next, concentrate. Concentrate the communication implies being the particular and the clear rather than fuzzy and jumble. Right? Jumble and incorrect the communication is means that whenever we used to speak, our language should be very clear cut. Our way of expression should be very clear cut, that a student or any person, receiver, should understand what we are going to say and what we are going to deliver. Correctness, it is very important. Correctness means whatever we say, it should be correct. There is no if and but between this. Right? Whatever we say, according to, as a teacher, whenever we go to deliver any lecture, any class to the student, first, whatever the theory, whatever the concept we are going to deliver there, it should be perfect and correct. Right? So it is very important, if our material is not correct, if our material is not effective, then our communication will lacking behind this. Courteousness. Courteousness means courtesy. Sometimes we should accept this, that audience means the receiver are not able to understand me. So for the courtesy, we should talk to them. Understood? Are you getting my point? Then honestly, we have to accept their problem, and this is the courtesy, friendly and helpful behavior towards the other, the message of the sender, and the polite and the reflective. We should be polite. As a teacher, we should be polite with our student, so that they can stand up, they can ask any question, they can put their opinion. So for this courtesy means, first one point I want to definitely emphasize, that a good communicator is a good listener. Without have patience of listening, without this we cannot be a good communicator. So teacher should listen to student very carefully. By this they can ask their doubts. They can, first we should understand their situation, and we should not rude with the student. This is the courtesy. Okay, so now you have brilliant of ideas. As I said in my other seminar, our teacher came from the IIT Kanpur, RYT, Sir RYT. He was highly scholar, very highly scholar, but we are not able to understand him because of lack of communication. His English was very high-fi, international English he used to and we came from the Bihar home, and we are very less understanding about this at that moment. So, and at the same time, very low qualification of that teacher, but is very friendly with the student. We easily grasp everything what he taught us. We accept it. We by this communication skill, by this language. So whatever your brilliancy, whatever you have, it is nothing if your communication skill is not. So what is communication? We already discussed all these points. Some myths are there and about the communication. Myths means that we think that communication is a conscious, deliberate. It is really very myth, right? Now, means conscious means whatever we do in the presence of mind in present. But sometimes we are not aware of anything and we are doing something. It also communicates. It also communicates. Means yawning of R.C. sir shows that he is having something. Right? Huh? He is yawning simply. But everyone says it's not communicating, but it's communicating something. Okay, so we say that our face is nothing. Whatever we face, we are not always in front of the mirror. But audience are looking to me. So my face is communicating that whether I am happy, unhappy, whether this, so this is the communication. Right now? So knowingly, unknowingly, communication is going on. Right now? So communication is an unconscious process and it goes at every moment of time. It goes every moment of time. So be aware of it. We communicate through the verbal as well as words only. Right? Only words. No. By your body language. Simple body language. Your simple smile gives that everything is okay. Right now, as we teach us, as PC sir said, how to overcome from all our worries. Simply, if you are having a smile, maybe real or fake, your student and your family member, because we are guardian, now we are guardian. So we are not a guardian for our kids. Our parents are also observing us. Right now. So if any dull face, if my dull voice comes to them, goes to them, then they will feel some problem is there. Then they will disturb. So at any cost, we have to keep some smile. Right now. There is to say, words means the same to everyone. No. What we believe that whatever word we are using to you is same. No, it's not same. It is according to the person. Right now, I am missing that word is dhul gawan shudra pasunari. ये सब है ताड़न के अधिकार. The word ताड़न means the same, but according to this character, the word ताड़न meaning some reflects some different meanings. It does not mean that slap on anyone. Right now, it is a matter of debate. Sometimes else. Just an example for you that every word is having different meaning according to the receiver. What you receive is different. Okay. Communication is one-sided process and it is controlled by communicator. Right now, it is another myth that now I am speaking, continuously speaking. So it's in my control. No. It's not in my control. If you are not ready to listen me, my communication skill is zero. Nothing. Whatever I am used to say, it is nothing. So communication is by two polar, dipolar. Right now. So message sent and the messages received are the same. No, it is also a myth that what I used to speak, you exactly accepting this. No. Whatever I mean to say, but you think about it to your understanding according to your mood. Right ना? मैं अच्छा हूँ, सबके लिए अच्छा नहीं. जिसने मुझे लोगों ने उतना ही जाना, उतना ही पहचाना जैसा उन्होंने मुझे जानना चाहा। I am the same person, but according to your perception, I am very different. For that, for someone I am very rude, for someone I am different quality, but I am the Ritesh, only Ritesh. But you understood me according to your perception, right? So this is another myth. Now, role of the teachers. This is it is there. Xerox you bring for this.
Checklist.
Checklist. It is not there. Okay, we will do it later. So, these are the 16 points. Only you have to yes and no. Okay, first I will speak out, and those who will have yes, this is grade yes, and after that no. Right? The first is it is establish of the positive relationship with the student. Is it good or not good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ignorance. Please zoom that one.
Encourage the student rather than control. How many of you agree? Ignorance of the students rather than control. As Sanjay sir was saying, pin drop silence means controlling, right? Now means controlling. So according to you, ignorance of the student, encourage the student rather than control. I believe in encourage. I allow my student to ask them whatever they want to speak, right? Whether in class 6 or class 8 or 9. That's why I am positive in speaking to the students to avoid putting them down. No, no. So, it is very important. I use the student's name during class. If you, I do not do this. It's my lack. But I believe that when I call any student by their name, they feel attachment. And it is a good quality of teacher. Here I am lacking. I do not remember, but I recognize everyone. So this is the thing. When giving the direction, I always prefer to get the student's attention first. What it is? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. If they are not attentive, then how they can understand anything? Right? Okay. Next, I speak in calm manner.
Yes.
Right now, if we are not cool and calm mood, then how they will accept us? Right now, whatever the situation we are facing, but we have to maintain our cool and calmness. Right? So this is very important. I try to maintain eye contact with the students.
Yes.
Right now, for the communication skill, eye contact is very important. Right now, आंखों में इशारा हो गया. Right now, so we can speak by eye. नैनों से नैनों का गोपन संभाषण. This is from the Ramayana when in Vatika, Sita and not Vatika. In Mithilanchal where the Ramji went in Fulbari to collect the flowers, and where first time Sita and Ram saw each other and not a single voice they have, but नैनों से नैनों का गोपन संभाषण. And by that time they agreed that we are made for each other. Right? This is तो नैनों से नैनों का गोपन संभाषण. So आंखें बहुत सारी बातें बोलती हैं जो जुबान से नहीं हो पाती वो आंखें बयान कर जाती हैं. Right now, I always let my students to know why the topic is important. Right? It is okay. It is also very important if the students are not accepting the relevance and the importance of the topic, they will not pay attention. So first we make them that this is very important either for the question or for examination purpose or for the life purpose, right? As I believe, as I experienced in class 8 science, the reproductive system and the puberty, they used to pay attention very much more, because not only for that examination purpose, for their real life purpose, so that they pay attention, their curiosity they have, right now, because this is the phase of the transition where many biological changes are going on, so that they pay more attention on especially that time, right? Okay, I always let my students to know that I am talking them for their benefit, yes, right now. And accountability, the word accountability means that we have to show if I am beating, Parsa is there. If we are beating to student and if they realize that sir is shouting on me, sir is beating to me for my betterness, then they will accept your all punishment with smile. Right now? So this is all the things. Right? Asisa? Do you enjoyed this? Okay. So I use questions to involve the students and monitor the understanding. Okay. That's why question method of different methods of teaching in these question answer method is there. When you ask student, then you will able to know what they have understood or not, whether they understood or not, and this is a type of feedback of your teaching skill, right? Okay. And one more thing, I use questions to involve the students to monitor and understand. If you ask question, then everyone will get aware. Right now, maybe sir asked to me, maybe sir asked me, maybe sir asked to stand up to me, and I have to answer. So that by this interaction, include the example from their students' experience. Yes, if we give day-to-day life experience example, they will better understand the concept of anything. I avoid discussing students in personal problem when they feel uncomfortable about it. This is very important. I want your answer, please. Because we are the teacher, we have to face. I avoid discussing students' personal problem when they feel uncomfortable.
No.
नहीं इसको नहीं करना चाहिए
Yes, I avoid. Yes, we have to avoid.
ना उसको
Avoid,
क्यों
avoid. They didn't avoid. No. This is not avoid.
I am repeating. Look, this is the communication process. Some is not able to understand. I avoid discussing students' personal problem when they feel uncomfortable about it.
Yes.
Yes.
I avoid.
We never avoid it.
We should avoid when we have personal problem.
They are feeling uncomfortable in the class. Then you will really need it.
I personally believe I should not avoid this.
Yes, sir.
Because if they having some problem,
Yes.
if they having some issue, and if they cannot communicate their parents, then where they will get the solution?
Yes.
Right now?
They are feeling.
For that we have to create such environment where they can speak properly.
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
I used to do this very regularly. I used to do this, and but I do not want to share here. Okay, but I do this, and I strongly believe this. We should definitely discuss with their personal problem, personal need, but we should keep it secret. Just like me, I am keeping it secret. No, I am not going to discuss. Yes, father? Meaning, I avoid discussing the student's problem. Father? I avoid discussing the student's personal problems when they feel uncomfortable about it. They are having some personal problem, father. Huh?
What should we do?
First, I have to keep the environment where I avoid discussing the student's personal problem when they feel uncomfortable about it.
Should we discuss in the class?
No, Father. Definitely not. Definitely not. That's why I am saying I will give the environment where they can come out from education and share with me. Then I can provide. I can recognize that by their face reading. Their face shows and says, speaks, silence speaks more. So that's why, first of all, I have to give their place and so that they can overcome from the education. Then only we can do this. Now, we are not. Okay.
How is the person is feeling uncomfortable?
Yes, Father.
So,
I can, if they are feeling uncomfortable, Father,
one person. The whole class.
the whole class.
I avoid discussing a student's personal problem. It's you
Yeah,
don't have to
so-
discuss the personal
No, no,
problem.
no,
in front of
no,
them.
no, no. I never discuss any personal problem in group. Even we do not, I personally do not discuss with my colleagues if any personal problem I observe any student is suffering with any problem.
Discuss with him or her.
No, Father. Okay. If frustration, anger, or boredom occurs, I stop. Is it? If frustration, anger, or boredom occurs, I stop.
Yes.
Yes.
If my students is frustration, then I stop.
It's not about first grade.
This something
In
What
the
you read,
classroom, frustration is
It's if frustration, anger or boredom occurs, not about the grade.
For teacher,
Maybe if you get first grade in class, what to do? You should have to stop now.
we should take some
It's not
break.
there,
We have to take some break for that.
Yes. That's what I said.
Okay. Next, reinforce. I reinforce and support the students for listening. Yes, reinforcement, it is very important psychological aspect. Here is two types of reinforcement: positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. We should avoid negative reinforcement, but sometimes we should do this negative reinforcement
It
also.
has the wide meanings.
Ah.
Negative reinforcement we should not avoid.
Ah.
It has the different meaning.
It's not only the, but so this is all about my topic.
Thank you.
If anyone having any question, please ask me. Arjun sir. So thanks to all for your any question. So sir. So thank you to all for having patience to listen me. Thank you, Father, for coming for me.